Hello everyone, and welcome back to something crazy, or not really. This is my PS Vita, short for PlayStation Vita, game collection. This is just my physical titles. Not that many compared to some people, but I only get games that I like or think are like, so, you know. First, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which is basically the second game I ever played for the Vita, or first. It's very close. I got like 2 games as soon as I got my Vita, and this was one of them. So yeah, this one is, I didn't finish it. I didn't really like it that much. I like the older Assassin's Creeds, like 2, well, the whole trilogy of 2. 3 was alright. This one though is the first one that you actually played as a female, and a African American female at that, so it was very different, and that might be one of the reasons I got it. I was just disappointed, I guess, by the gameplay and story. YS Memories of Celcita, one of the best Vita games I've ever played. It is a part of the YS series, or YS, which is a very big series apparently. This is the first one I played of it. You play as Adol Kristen, I believe his name is, throughout all the games. He's the red-headed one on the front and the back. Pretty good game. It's an action RPG. Next, Gravity Rush. This is also a good game. It's very interesting. One of the few games I've played where you can actually at least control gravity to an extent, and that's like the main focus point of her powers and everything. Main character, as you can see, she's controlling gravity right now, or defying it by walking on walls, and you can fly a little bit and do things like that. It's pretty interesting. The sequel comes out for PlayStation 4. They scrapped it for the Vita because they said the PS4 would be more powerful. Right here, I don't have the actual real case, you know, I got it from GameStop, but as you can see, it's Persona 4 Golden, which is a remastering of sorts of the Persona 4 game for the PlayStation 2. Never played any game in the Persona series except for that one, and that is a great game. One of the best JRPGs I've ever played, probably. At least the best one for the Vita. Rayman Legends. Now this is a classic Rayman game. More fun in co-op. You can play 2 players. I don't really know anyone that has it though, or a Vita really, so scratch that. But a good game nonetheless, even if you play solo. It's pretty fun. It's a 2D side scroller, you know, but it's a great game. I recommend it. Here we go, another one. This is Zero Escape. Oh, you got it there. Oh, it's my. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. As you can see, I got this one GameStop too, obviously, so you see the sticker. It's a pretty good game. Visual novel, first one I ever played. Got me into the visual novel genre. It's a sequel to Zero Escape 1, which is called 999 for the DS. This is one of the first games I played for the Vita. I got the demo of it, and I was like, this game is cool. I gotta check it out. I saw that it was the second one in the series. Had to go back and play the first one to catch up on the story, and I was good to go. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. 10, as you can see, is a physical copy. 10-2, you gotta download. There's a code on that piece of paper that you download it from the PlayStation Store. Both are good games. 10-2 is a little bit different in how it plays and everything, but still good nonetheless. The original was for PS2. I played 10, liked it. Never played 10-2 until this, so it was good. It's an HD remastering at that, so it's the graphics are pretty nice, even though they weren't bad already to begin with. Killzone Mercenary. I don't have the original case, so it's haven't even played it, so nothing to really say about it. I just got it because I heard the Killzone series was good, and I'm gonna get to it later probably. I have the whole series to play through. PS3, Vita, PS4. Might take a while. Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. I got this game after playing part 1, and I was like, part 1 is great. It's another visual novel. Same as the first one. In fact, I don't have the original case for the first one either, but as you can see right here, it's in that little sleeve. It is like Zero Escape 1 and 2 and 3, a visual novel. And it also has an anime adaptation of the first one. I would recommend checking it out. There's the anime also going on. That's a sequel to it. I recommend watching it. The whole series franchise is great. I've played every game it has. Conception 2, Children of the Seven Stars. As you can see, another GameStop pickup. I got some of my games used. GameStop doesn't carry many new games at that, especially for the Vita. As you can see, another JRPG, similar to Persona. It's compared to Persona 4 Golden at times, but they often say that it's not as good. I probably agree, but I don't think you should be comparing every single game like that anyway. But it's good. I would recommend it if you like JRPGs, turn-based ones, of course. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Generation. This is the third in the Rebirth series, which is basically remastered versions or remakes of the original Hyperdimension series. I didn't play the originals, so I don't really know much about them, but I do know that the Rebirth series are remakes, and they are pretty damn good games. All JRPGs. And there's also some spin-offs, which I get to. Lost Dimension. Another JRPG, turn-based, similar in play style, I guess, to Hyperdimension as far as combat goes, but very different as far as the story. It's a lot more serious. So, you know, it's it doesn't get much. It doesn't get talked about much. It seems like one of those ones that just went overlooked, I guess you could say. But I would recommend it too. Don't have the original case for this, unfortunately. Another GameStop pickup. Santa and Kagura Shinobi Versus. Part of the Santa and Kagura series, which is a bunch of beat 'em up or hack and slashes, whatever you want to call it. Good series. Very funny, humorous characters. The dialogue is funny. The characters are great, drawn well, and everything. I don't know what to say about it besides to play it, definitely. The series started on the 3DS, I believe, but it also has PS Vita and PS4 titles. I recommend them all. Steins Gate, one of the best visual novels ever created. This is a masterpiece, in my opinion. It's a, I have a review about this on my channel as well. If you've seen my videos in the past, you've probably already seen it and how much I talked about it. I don't need to do that here, so moving on. Another one, Danganronpa, Ultra Despair Girls. Another episode. This takes place in between 1 and 2, although it is the third game to come out for the series. But chronologically, you should play it after the second one because it takes place in between 1 and 2, but it also pretty much assumes that you played the first two first anyway. Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth. This is another visual novel, but this one's an otome or otame. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. It is, I believe it's a Japanese word. But basically, it's what I like to call reverse harem, where there's one woman and a whole bunch of guys. And the female is the protagonist, and the guys are like a harem would be. If you watch anime, I'm pretty sure you know what that means already. It was a pretty good one, actually. It's my first ever of that type. But I'd still recommend it if you're into that or you like good storytelling, because that definitely has it. Mega Tag Mention, Blonde plus Neptune versus Zombies. This is a hack and slash or beat 'em up. Once again, similar to Santa and Kagura. Once again, the Hyperdimension series is just humorous. This is a spin-off. It has the same characters, but the different genre and everything instead of a turn-based JRPG. It's more action and everything. So I'd recommend it if you like the Hyperdimension series. The characters are still there, the dialogue is still there, the humor, everything is still there. Zero Time Dilemma, which is Zero Escape 3, third in the series, the trilogy. As you can see right here, Volume 3. This is which my most anticipated game of this year was this. I've been waiting for it since I've played the first two and heard the third one was coming out. Heard it was canceled at first. I was upset. Then I heard it's coming out and I was like, this is great. Great, gotta wait. Pre-ordered it as soon as I was able to and found out it was coming. If you played any of the other ones, then you already know the deal. This is also the first cinematic one, fully cinematic. No 2D sprites, characters, models, and all that stuff, with just text boxes. So it's a little bit different than a regular visual novel. It plays more like a movie, where you gotta watch and you gotta solve puzzles and everything. The puzzles is still there from part 1 and 2. It's just you're watching more so than reading. But it still does have subtitles and everything, so it's good. Dungeon Travelers 2, The Royal Library, and The Monster Seal. This is a pretty good game. It's a DRPG, dungeon role-playing game. A dungeon crawler, whatever you want to call it. First one actually I've ever played. I used to play regular JRPGs or action RPGs. But that one is definitely one I would recommend if you are a fan of RPGs in general. The characters are funny. It's very ecchi. And you buy it new, it comes with this cool little calendar of all the female characters and everything. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like a harem, because the main character, there's only one guy and he's the main character like usual. But yeah, moving on to the last few games. Trails of Cold Steel, or Legend of Heroes, which is the main series. Trails of Cold Steel 2. The Legend of Heroes series is a very long ongoing series, probably 20 years now or something. I haven't played the early ones because they were Japan only. This was one of the first. This is one of the first ones actually released in the West. Trails of Cold Steel Part 1. The whole Legend of Heroes series is like apparently related in some way. There's different sub-series inside the main series. Like Trails of Cold Steel is one trilogy, and there's another one that takes place in another part of it, but they're all related, like ultimately, which is pretty cool. I got the Lionheart edition, which comes with this case that's pretty cool, and then the game and this book, which covers part 1 and 2. So they plan for that like in advance, which is pretty nice. And all fits nice in this little box like that. Well worth it. And last but not least, this is the most recent game I got. The game in this box, I got the limited edition. It is Psychopass, Mandatory Happiness. It's based off the anime. Those are the main characters from the anime right there on the front, as you can see. But I believe you play in the game as different characters. But you might see them. I haven't played the game yet. I was finishing up a different game. I'm going to jump into this one pretty soon though. I already did an unboxing video for it. If you've seen my previous videos, then you might have already seen it. So I don't need to show you what else is in there, of course. But as far as digital titles go for the PS Vita, that is all the ones that I have. I have a few more pre-ordered for the rest of the year. Maybe another 3 or 4 actually in the works. And then next year, I don't know what's coming out, but I'll be looking forward to it. And then I have a whole bunch of digital titles, but this was just a video for my physical ones. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Apparently 23 digital titles. I got another like 4 or so on the way, I think, for this year for the Vita. Maybe 5. I'm undecided about it. And another dozen or 2 for the digital, I think. I would have to check all 3 of my memory cards. But that's all for now. As always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And feel free to like the video if you liked it. And leave a comment about any of these games if you like. I know there was quite a few, but not nearly as many as some people have. I know, maybe I'm a little more picky with the games I like. It's fine. But thanks for watching.